thing that we always like to take into consideration here at OA is performance. So what are some problems we see there?
I think Adam touched on one of those earlier, and that was adding lots of big images that aren't really necessarily value add or tying back to clear calls to action, things like that. Adam, how have you dealt with, obviously images are really important, like you said, when they're valid, when they're value add, when they have that call to action. How do you address just the sheer size of some of these widescreen, full screen images that we encounter?
Yep. Well, I mean, quality of images is important. And one of the most frustrating things is when you have this really great image or a really great asset, and all of a sudden it's slowing down your site a ton, which even one image, if not optimized right, can do that. Now, luckily, there are solutions outside of just basically saying, I guess I'm going to have to live with a super blurry image or something now. Instead, we usually recommend using a CDN. What a CDN will do is basically hold these images on a separate server and send them to a site separately from however you're hosting it. Basically pairing this together with your website will allow you to actually host these images at really high quality while increasing site speed. I mean, there's so many other perks that we could jump into with CDNs outside of just providing good image quality and a faster website, such as security and whatnot, but that's usually the first step you want to take. If a CDN isn't an option, which sometimes it isn't, although I think there are ways you can work around that usually. There are other things you can do, like making sure that as you upload images, content creators know basically how those can be compressed on the website itself. The CMSs we use, Drupal and WordPress, over the years are constantly thinking about how to make sure that they're optimizing images that are uploaded to the site. And there's a lot of really great plugins and modules, as well as just functionality within the sites itself that allow for those to be optimized correctly.
Yeah. And one other thing to think about, Adam, to tie back into your earlier point on CDNs and images and the benefits there that we can realize, Google is continuing to shift more and more weight behind the page performance and your site performance for rankings within the SERPs, the search engine results pages. As we see this shift continuing to evolve, Google's taking into account new factors like server response times and things that really go beyond just optimizing the content on your page, but really rely very heavily on the infrastructure that's used to serve that page to your site visitors. And that's where, again, a CDN can come in really handy.